I'm a very anxious human being outside of cinema. When it comes to filmmaking, I found my ground. I don't know why. It's something that I feel deeply secure about tackling a project like Dune. I don't operate with fear at all. At that period of time in the 90s, there was a TV show called La Course Autour du Monde. It was like a show where they were sending 8 young people between 18 and 25 years old. They were giving you a plane ticket, open plane ticket with a video camera, and you were traveling alone around the world for 6 months. And you had to produce each week a short film, between 4 and 5 minutes short film. It could be experimental or documentary, and then it was edited and put on national TV every Monday night, prime time. And with total freedom of speech. At my year, it was the territory, Europe and Asia. So I was allowed to travel only in Europe and Asia. But what is very important about it is that I was forced to produce 20-something short films alone, and being forced to be in contact with reality, being in constant culture shocks. And still to this day, when every time I go on a film set in the morning, before I open the door of the car, I remember the spirit where I was when I was alone with that video camera, using it as a pencil. You know, it's like just to find back that intimacy, that intimate relationship with how I will spontaneously embrace a scene with a, yeah. It's really, I think it's documentary is a very strong school. Yeah, and
great lesson.
And yeah. It was a really, I will say, my main school. Yeah. When I decided to make this project, I really embraced the idea that I wanted to make a movie that will be PG-13, that will be a pop movie. That I was obsessed with this idea. I wanted to make a movie that I would have loved if I had 13 years old. Seriously, I was obsessed with that. It's like I was making the movie for that part of myself. You know, it's like the boy who read the book at 13 years old. All my previous movies had been rated R because of violence or tension and not tension but strong violence, and I tried to. It was for me very interesting to approach violence in a more by suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Would 13-year-old Denis would love this movie?
Part of it, yes. I think there's something about taking sci-fi seriously, the gravitas of it. Okay, yeah. That I think it will have I will have his blessing. There's no good or right or wrong. I mean, it's a matter of style. For Dune, as an example, Greg Fraser and we were obsessed with natural light. I wanted the movie to feel almost like if we had sent a documentary film crew in the future, more specifically in the desert scenes. I really wanted to feel that we were embracing nature as it is, not for its beauty, but for its power, and to have that feeling of immediacy, of proximity, of familiarity, and that the light will feel mundane, banal, and harsh, and so there was a lot of work that has been focused on trying to keep as much real sunlight as possible. Like, there's nothing like sunlight. You can stylistically bring the idea of sun, but you cannot recreate real sunlight. I mean, it's like the way it bounces and the way it envelopes, and the way Greg worked with natural light in this movie, it blew me away. I was like really, yeah, it was difficult, but it was really rewarding. Something about the power of a wide shot. Dune has been constructed as a contrast between intimacy and environment. You follow a boy, you follow a boy whose psyche will be disturbed and transformed by a landscape. So I was like always try to stay in contact with his psyche is going deeper in the landscape, the more the desert calls for that, the meditation. So it's like the deeper he goes in the desert, the deeper he goes into himself. Fear is the mind killer. If the AC broke down at home and I have to repair the AC, I'm the worst. I panic. I have anxiety attack. I'm a very anxious human being outside of cinema. When it comes to filmmaking, I found my ground. I don't know why. It's something that I feel deeply secure about tackling a project like Dune. I don't operate with fear at all. There's something about creativity, the freedom and the high that I get from creativity I don't have experience fear, and that life, I'm terrorized. I mean, I'm terrorized but fear, the movies, no. It's it's like, yeah. I think that cinema is the way I can get in contact with reality. When there's no cinema, I'm terrorized. So cinema is my pipeline to deal with all that. Yeah.